Hey, what's going on, people? I'm Chuck with another episode of the Millionaire Mindset. Don't forget to comment, like, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Today's topic is about turning sexual energy into positive energy to better yourself. We've all been here before. Old, young, female, male, race doesn't really matter. As long as you have genitalia and a brain, you can relate to this and you're guilty of it. We put so much time and energy into feeling good, sexual energy, and it blocks us, it distracts us, and it takes away from our greatness. And it's okay to feel good and to get some type of release or relaxation. I mean, stress builds up, anxiety builds up, and life can be hard sometimes. But we cannot let that sexual energy and that physical prowess subtract from our greatness and our final value, our vision, our path, our journey, and our destination that we have for our life. I would say the first step in heading in the right direction, just prioritize your life. When you wake up, get you a to-do list. Boom, I got X, Y, Z. And as you get each task done, mark it out, and you're going to work down that. Don't allow a lot of room and a lot of time to drift off into negative things, whether it be sex, video games, drinking, smoking. Stay focused on the task at hand. If you want to respond to 1,000 emails, if you want to make 20 posts on social media, if you want to help your kids with homework, if you want to have a home cooked meal done before your significant other gets home, if you want to read a book in the next 7 days you want to finish, you have to block out that sexual energy that grabs us in some shape, form, or fashion. It may grab you a little bit, may grab you a lot, depending on each person. Everybody drives is different. Every mind is different. Everybody's physicality is different. And then you may not have a significant other, spouse, or whatever to partake in that with. Whatever the case, turn that energy into something positive. So just think, you may be flipping the pages of a magazine, or you may be on YouTube looking at this car, and you may get this urge, or this desire, or this feeling. Just take that desire, go read a book, go exercise, go do something positive. But don't give in to it, because we can let that temporary feeling distract us from our greatness, from our power, from our energy. Also, you may align or connect with something or someone that may not be good for you. It may be a toy, it may be a person, or it may be a thing. Not judging, but everybody doesn't have sex the same. However, you still have the same urges and the same energy. So just turn that sexual energy into something positive. Read a book, go pray, go exercise, go clean up your room, go volunteer. There's something always to be done if you have energy in your body and you're present and you are of sound mind and body. It's something that you can do besides have sex. People that found gold didn't find it having sex. People that created the iPhone didn't do it while they were having sex. People that created the microphone didn't do it while they were having sex. People that wrote the Bible didn't do it while they was having sex. People that created wine weren't having sex when they created it. Creation is the highest form of self-expression. Whatever your thing is, music, sewing, cooking, turn that energy into that so that it can grow and it can become better. You can just focus on it and keep refining it to make it better, something that you can be proud of and you can give to your kids, your friends, your family members, your loved one, something that you can show. Like I said, there's a time and a place for sex, but outside of reproduction, procreating, making children, and making your significant other happy, that's about all the value it can bring to life. So just create something, build something, that business you've been thinking about, write that book you've been talking about, design those clothes you've been doodling and drawing on your iPad that you've never turned into something physical. It's just been mentally in your head and visually on the iPad. Turn it into a physical product as opposed to turning that energy into sex, and then you get that happy end and then you get lazy, you get sleepy, or you just lose focus. So many people in life, you can go from male to female to presidents to celebrities to normal people, have been distracted by sex, sexual desire, and urges that they have. Again, these are normal. You just have to have the discipline to turn that energy into something else that is beneficial, something that is profitable, and something that is happy and healthy that will help you for the long term. Sex is a temporary feeling. That's why if you create something that is long lasting, building a house, building a business, building a better relationship with your children, all these things will stand the test of time, as opposed to sex with someone or something that may not be there in the next year, next 6 months, or whatever. Second of all, once you turn sexual energy into something positive, you will want to continue on this path of building and learning and growing and manifesting that thing that you've been working on, that book where you've been taking notes. Now it started off, it might have been a quick read with 100 pages. Now you're up to 250 pages. A movie script you've been writing, it started off as a 30-minute short film. Now you've evolved to an hour and 15 minutes. You may have been doing a thesis study and it was 10 pages. Now you've turned that sexual energy into something positive. Now it's grown into 30 pages. There's so many benefits of harnessing that energy, because energy comes in all forms. But as you know, that sexual energy can get the best of you if you don't control it. But if you can bottle that up and pour it into another spot, by taking that energy and putting it into another place, it transmutes into something positive, something better, something stronger. It lights a fire. It's no different than having a truck. A truck wouldn't do you any good in a city area, but it has little to no value. But you take that same pickup truck and you put it in a rural area where you may have a farm. You got hay. You may be doing delivery service where you have containers or bins. So it's good for hauling, picking things up, dropping things off. You may have a service where you pick up and deliver water. You may pick up heavy materials. So any given product has more value in certain areas over others. So let that sexual energy transmute into something that has more value, more purpose, and more beneficial to you. Maybe you want to learn to be a photographer. Anytime you get that urge or that energy, go pick up that camera, go to the park and shoot. Find some birds, find grass, shoot the moon, the stars, the sun, whatever it is. Find something to keep you focused, keep you involved, and keep you engaged. Who knows what it can turn into? Most people, hobbies turn into a passion, and you turn that passion into something else. It can become an income, it can become a business. I mean, even me with this video thing, I started off just creating content to get exposure and to get in front of people. And then I started this YouTube thing. Now I love it and I can do it for free because I'm not getting paid. But I thoroughly enjoy it, and it's my goal and it's on my to-do list. in some shape, form, or fashion, I'm either editing, recording, writing, or doing something in the form of content each and every day, 7 days a week. And if anybody had told me I would like it, I would enjoy it, I wouldn't have believed them. So this is another form of turning sexual energy into something positive. And if I keep at it and I get better at my content, it will eventually pay me and reward me. And the last thing will be on my mind is the sexual energy. It's time and a place, but don't let it get the best of you. Don't let it control you. Don't let it manipulate you. There's so many people in relationships, marriages, they fathered children, they mothered children, and they're in situations and places, and they have things going on, from going to court to dealing with lawyers, custody, child support. The list goes on, from not controlling, and not to mention disease and other issues, from not controlling their sexual energy. And the income level doesn't matter. You can look at entertainers, athletes, doctors, lawyers, regular common people, high salary people. It doesn't matter. They all have the same fight. It may cost them a little bit more because they have a couple of more M's in the bank, but they still have the same focus where they need to channel that energy into something positive instead of something negative or something condescending that takes away from their greatness and their power and their resources and their money and their time. Because if you get with someone and you let that sexual energy take over and you create a child, or they have a disease, or you get attached with them, they call it soul ties. You get soul ties with a toxic person, or a person you can't break up with, or a person you can't get rid of. It may take 6 months to a year off your life from sleeping with that person one time. That is not worth the trade-off of getting a happy ending. That sexual energy must be quieted, it must be muted, it must be silenced, it must be put to the side so that you can work on your purpose, your greatness, and you can secure your path in life so that you can walk straight into that life or that thing you're trying to create, or what you're building, what you need, what you want, and what makes you tick. You shouldn't have to suffer, surrender, or pay for sexual energy. Therefore, have a positive mind, have willpower, and be disciplined, and control those urges and turn it into something that can pay you, that can benefit you, that can heal you, something that can help you and take you from the valley to the mountaintop. Another perk to this is your friends, your family members, people that know you intimately, personally. They will see the change in your life, showing where your focus has changed, because a lot of time and money and resources can be lost by out here sleeping with people, pursuing people. Dates cost money, hotel room costs money, entertaining people at your house costs money. You got to feed them. You got to give them something to drink. There's libations. You got, and it goes on. I could go deeper, but you get the point. It costs money to be involved in any sort of way. And if you spend enough time with a person, male, female, old, young, it's going to cost you money. So do you want to invest in this person? Is this long term? Is this short term? Is it a future benefit? What are the causes and effects of you being intimate with this person? What are the trade-offs? Are they taking more than they're giving? That sexual energy matters, and you must harness it and control it. You must control your sexual desires the same way you control your money. Hopefully you're controlling your money in a good way, because if not, if you're crazy with your money and you're crazy with your sexual desires, you are creating a recipe for disaster. Think about all the people that have walked the earth that had to pay out a lot of money in alimony, child support, divorce lawyer, in court, and all these other fees that are established with being careless with your loins or your genitalia. You have to harness that energy and put it into something else. It wasn't meant for you to be philandering around naked all the time, exercising your organs. There is more to life than sex. Pick up a book, read a book, grow a garden, go for a walk, clear your thoughts, go for a swim. Do something besides that. It's a whole world out here. I'm sure it's something that you don't know, a skill you can learn, a task you can learn, a new recipe, a person that you could meet that could get you closer to that goal you were pursuing. And you can do all of that with your mind, with your clothes on, with your ears open, with your eyes open, and you use your mouth to ask the proper questions so that you can connect the dots and meet with this person to grow and increase and expound your relationships, your resources, your knowledge, your religion, whatever you have going on. I mean, something as simple as you might have the best relationship with your children. Well, put that time into your children instead of doing that. You may not like the way you look when you look in the mirror. Well, go exercise, tighten up, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups. You may be tired of eating out. Learn how to cook. All of this can be stemmed and used with this pent-up sexual energy that you has that can be redistributed into something positive, something beneficial, something you can learn, and it make you a better person all around. And it's a time and a place. Get married. Get in a serious relationship. Be around a person that can pour into you as you pour into them. And then there's a time and place for that sexual energy. But you must have a balance. You must have a focus. You must have a direction. And all together, you must have a plan. If you don't plan, you will fail. Fail, fail, fail. And we have $1 million mindset. We are winners. The goal is to win. We won't quit. We won't stop. We must win. The finish line is the goal. Now, I know this won't happen overnight. It'll take some time. It took time for me to come up with this idea, to think about it, to express it, and just come up with ways to convey this message to you all. And some person might get it on the first try, second try, third try. And hey, if you don't get it, feel free to watch the video again. But hopefully this was helpful. This gives you a different perspective, a new way of looking at things. You can take this sexual energy and build upon that and use something different rather than create more children or create more soul ties to people that you have no business being associated with or tied to for a temporary thrill or feeling. And just value your time and your organs and your energy. Energy is everything. It flows from one source to another. So make sure the energy that you're allowing to leave your body is pouring into something that can circle back around and feed you back, or feed your children, or feed your family. But just always think of the cause and effect, and what if this, and what if that. Don't just go in blindlessly thinking, hey, I can get me a happy ending. Oh, she looks good. Hey, he looks good. But it's going to cost you more on the back end. I'm Chuck with the Millionaire Mindset. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again next week. Peace.